my God, oh God, this is son of God level. The sun, the sky, you can see the vibe. We ride the high, always on a high level. So open up your eyes better. Why these tell me? You can join the journey, you is worthy. Just allow me, no.
First opened in 2002. There's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Tonight, we've got the crew set for what should be a real treat, a great Monday night matchup between the Minnesota Vikings and the Detroit Lions. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. Hurts sets up to throw it. And this one complete to Smith. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that's going to lead to a third and 11.
I know sometimes we can get fooled by watching the catches. We just saw it quickly there because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a first down. Cook now off the read option. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. These two teams, you may remember, they met in Minnesota earlier in the year with the Vikings coming out victorious. So if they can win again here in Detroit, they'd pull off the season sweep. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Hurts. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, to me, there was no question about the intent there. I think he was a little fortunate that the penalty flag didn't come out for grounding. But they'll get away with it and get another shot on third down.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. They go play action with Hurts. And he's got his tight end. That's Smith. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 37. A big third down pickup of 20 yards. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Back to the ground, Cook. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Hurts. Catch is made here by Irv Smith Jr. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 15-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he is into the end zone, and the touchdown record is... Joseph connects on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Again, here's Bernard. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8. The Lions at 500, 7-7 on the year. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
Here's Bernard. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. This defense for the Vikings, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
And I think our statistician ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8.
They're looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. Week after week, we're seeing plays like this from him. And I think he's in line. We've discussed it before for NFL Defensive Player of the Year.
And a big reason why, I think, is because of his ball skills. And that's something that, for guys of his position, they've talked about it for years. They've done the drills. But they've really increased it in recent seasons because of the offense have gotten so good. He knows how to take the ball away. That is huge for a defender.
Play action. Here's Hurts. It's caught on the right side at Smith. And they'll work this down inside the 30. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kirby Joseph. And the Lions will take over here at their own 14-yard line. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few.
And the ball comes out. Love lost it. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they are going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings. Joseph connects on the extra point, and it's now 14-0.
Vikings 14, Lions nothing. Greg Joseph to kick off for Minnesota.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll run again with Bernard. And yet again, he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Great job by this Vikings defense.
It's a loss of a yard. Bringing up 3rd.
Play fake. Here's Love. Oh, trying to get that to Adams, but that's intercepted. It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football.
They'll take over first and 10 at the 43-yard line.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed. But they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Lions, nothing.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10.
Let's go!
Here's Hurts to throw. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. So from the 17 now, here's a first and 10. Throwing is Hurts. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. Back to throw here. And he wisely will throw that one away.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a third and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. Joseph's got it, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
Joseph now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
They'll come up now second and 4 from the 31. On the toss, Bernard. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10. Love looking to throw it. That pass caught. It's Williams. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Here we go.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Faster, faster.
Now Love. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Daniil Hunter in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Now left side on the swing pass. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
Oh, we're always talking about the athleticism we see from these guys on the field. How about the intelligence as well? He recognized that there was a screen pass on that one, broke off his pass rush, and got back to tackle the running back. That's great scouting and great reaction.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here. After 1st and 2nd down, went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the 1st. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. That's on target, but it's no good. He had it on line, but it came up just shy of the crossbar, and the deficit will stay at 3 scores. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They start the drive with Cook, and he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Deshaun Elliott up to make the play defensively.
Not a huge play, but I think they're more than happy with how it turned out. Don't be surprised to see them revisit that call, because there's a lane there for more than just 5 yards. Put it in your back pocket and break it out when you need it later.
From just shy of midfield, Hurts. He's got Smith here. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A gain there of 21 yards.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Hurts throw there taken in by Smith. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense, and reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
Let's go now.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Hurts. And that is caught. And the record is his. It's a touchdown. Well, only the 2 catches for him thus far, CD, but both of them have resulted in touchdowns.
And I think he's on the bench right now, Brandon, smiling at his position coach and telling him, all those times you talked to us about efficiency, I'm living it right now.
And whistle blown. A timeout here is taken, and it's taken by the kicking team. Just their first in this half. We'll step aside and come right back. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. If they don't score here, That's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Love now. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they're going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings. Joseph now to have the PAT. And the route is on here in this first half.
Makes the score Vikings 31. Lions, nothing.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do we do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turn. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Chandon Sullivan. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
I cannot imagine a more perfect half of football for one side, CD, and a more disastrous half of football for another side. But if you focus on the positive half, with this pick 6, you look at where that lead is at, and to think that we are only in the 2nd quarter. My goodness.
I love the expression. My goodness, indeed. Pretty obvious. It's a free fall out there. Everybody gets a chance to make a play. And if you're on the field, you've got a great chance of being the next guy that your teammates are celebrating.
Here we go. Here we go. Ready?
Love back to it here after the pick 6. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
On 1st and 10, Love. That is into the hands of Hockenson downfield. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Another big play as they get 28 out of that one.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
First down, going to the air with Love. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. And he will reach the 5-yard out of bounds. In succession, both north of 20 yards.
First and goal at the 5-yard line.
On the ready?
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Now a carry for Bernard. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal.
That's a great run right there on first down. Didn't quite get into the end zone, but now you've set yourself up for at least 2, maybe 3 more shots from close range.
2nd and goal from the 1.
Set, go.
It's a quarterback sneak. And I don't think he got in. The big bodies up front held him at the 1. They'll try and sneak it here. Only a few inches needed on the sneak. He didn't get it, and now it's 4th down. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. Love to throw for it on fourth. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had the play call on fourth and goal, but it's dropped in the end zone. And the Vikings, they come up big down near the goal line. They'll throw on first down with Hurts. And this one is incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
On second down, Cook. And he'll just keep two hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. Third down, Dalvin Cook. And they will get to him behind the line, but the clock continues to tick down. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It'll be Lions football to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely. But you just have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put some.
And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. It's Cameron Dantzler who picks it. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, I mean, you get it. They're trying to make something. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right.
Joseph on for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Makes the score Vikings 45, Lions nothing. Greg Joseph.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst.
He's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 28 yards there and give him the first down.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. On play action. Love to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, partner, they certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Let's go now. Right. Let's go. Guard.
On fourth down, Love. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Lions turned away on fourth down. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
Well, they gave up a few yards there, but all in all, I think it's a pretty nice job defensively against the jet sweep. If they don't slow him up, he might take it to the house, so they'll take that play every time on the defensive side of the ball.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
When you decide to run a hitch route, it really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Eluding the pressure right. And he's got it. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Lions have recovered. So the turnover forced, and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook with career touchdown number 75. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Joseph connects on the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
Well, the disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that, because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook. The bottom line is don't quit competing.
The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
A lot of ground left to make up, obviously. A lopsided contest, and we're already in the third quarter. Now, they won't get it all back in one play or one drive. That's cliche, but it's true, Charles. If they can just maybe get plays like that and get a little momentum built, they can get the scoreboard a little closer.
And can you add some blinders to the cliche, meaning keep these guys from looking at the scoreboard, because that doesn't help them at all right now. Their focus needs to be on finishing every drive with points and playing mistake-free football from here on out.
The two big plays right in succession as this one goes for 27.
Well, look what we have here, a sustained drive, and that was certainly AWOL in the first half. They really struggled to try and move the football, but right now they certainly seem to have the formula working. Let's see if they can keep it up.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
Out of bounds at the 26-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Ball at the 26, 2nd and 7.
Going back to Love.
They'll drop this off for Bernard. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up first and goal.
Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
They're always hoping on that type of a play that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward.
They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on second and goal? And in for the Lions, touchdown. Devontae Adams with career touchdown number 109. That ties it with Barry Sanders on the all-time NFL list.
And the Lions are able to claw one back.
Extra point splits the uprights, so they do get one score back, but still a long way to go here in the third quarter. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Still comfortably on top, third quarter, as they start things here with a 1st and 10. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. 23 yards, the final tally.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good. Soft in spots. There's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
Cook up the gut.
And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
They go play action with Hurts. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, Vikings.
Justin Jefferson.
51 yards.
And the Vikings get another third quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Joseph connects on the extra point,
and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
On 2nd and 10, Love. It's caught on the right side, Williams. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
That's a good job there by the corners. See their job? It's simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
On third down, Love. Open man, it's complete to Higgins. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards to play. One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
On the set. Ready?
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
Jamison Williams, the ball carrier. Brian Asamoah on the tackle. It's a pickup of 6.
Second and 4.
At the 44-yard line.
Blue striker. Claw red.
Play fake. Here's Love. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And now here is another interception. It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. And the Vikings are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout. But you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in. Well, he got what he could there, just trying to move forward and gain a little bit of yardage and create some space. You know the pressure is going to be tough defensively.
Second and 9.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Well, here's Ryan right now.
And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Lions will take over.
37-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up.
Ready up. On the ball.
To pass, here's Jordan Love. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And the Vikings will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Cook again. And some space here. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. 62 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
Yeah, in this part of the game, the fourth quarter, this is where a running back really has a chance to shine. This is what they've been training for, to take over the game down the stretch. The defense, it's been battered all game long. And here, this is just a case of a runner imposing his will and deciding he didn't want to be tackled right there.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Hurry, hurry.
Now on 2nd and 13.
Love.
And now here is another interception.
Andrew Booth picks it off. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football.
Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter.
Second down, they go right back to Cook.
And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
It's a gain of 6. First down, Vikings.
They run with Cook. He's been busy tonight. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Third down, here's a run by Cook.
No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
Jordan Love ready on first down here. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Daniil Hunter, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really turning in an incredible performance. Throwing on second and long. Love. The slant connects with Devontae Adams. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be a third and about 13. One last shot now for Love. He's going to let it fly. He's got a man, complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really.